everyone, welcome to another Stamp Chatter video. My name is Leanne. I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And today I just wanted to give you a quick tip on what to do with your 6x6 designer series paper. I find, personally, I usually leave them in the wrap and just cut the tops off. But oftentimes the plastic will end up ripping and I create quite a mess, or everything, you know, a few of these get mixed up with a few of these. Anyway, I decided to do something different this year and make little holders for my 6x6 designer sheet papers. And I'm going to show you how I do that for a little organization. So these are from the Celebration catalog and the new 2025 January to April mini catalog. So a little sneak peek for you. This is the Toadstool Garden pack, really super cute. You can get this for free during Celebration. And this is the Fruit Salad, I think it's called. Yeah, Fruit Salad 6x6, also free during Celebration. This one I purchased, pre-purchased from the mini catalog, and it is, I think, Timeless Plaid it's called. I've lost the insert somewhere on my desk, but that's okay. Anyway, let me just show you a really quick and easy way that I like to store these, and I've done this just for the last few months, really out of frustration on not just how to store them, but for me, out of sight, out of mind, and I won't use it. Much like my 12x12, which I need to figure out. So I know a lot of people that cut their 12x12 sheets into 6x6 and then store them like this. I might do that. I have a hard time cutting it down just in case I want that 12-inch piece. But honestly, I make cards 99% of the time. I don't make anything else but cards. So, you know, it would work for me. So let's get started. I'm going to bring my cutter in here, and I'm going to use I'm going to do this 3 times so that you can see how I do this. The first one we're going to make is going to be for the mushroom Toadstool Garden. So, or we might use the pink for that. Actually, I'm going to use the pink. Melon Mambo I'm going to make for that. And there's only 2 measurements you need to remember. That is 1 7/8 and 2 3/8. So because I'm doing this from an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and trying to make a box, I have very little wiggle room here. If you have 12x12 cardstock, you can make a slightly more sturdier version, but I'm going to show you how I add sturdiness to my boxes here as we go along. So 1 7/8 and 2 3/8, that's all you need to remember, and you're going to do those measurements on 3 sides. Okay, so here is my 11-inch side. I'm going to do it on the left, the right, and the bottom. So here we go. 1 7/8 scored, 2 3/8 scored. All right, and I'll turn that, do it again. 1 7/8, 2 3/8. Give it another turn. One more time. 1 7/8. 2 3/8. And that is all the measurements that you need. So I'm going to use a pencil or a pen or something that you can hopefully see. So I have these score lines here. Normally, if you're making a box, you take the corner out, but I want to wrap mine around the box. So I'm just going to take this portion out. That little square, and then that longer, I hope you can see that. That's what's coming out on my cardstock here. So I'm actually going to use the trimmer. You don't have to. You can take a pair of scissors and just snip it out. I just find this faster. So, and it doesn't matter if you're a little over. So I'm just lining up the score line. Probably can't see that one was off camera. Let's try it again. So I'm going right to the bottom here. I have a little mark on my blade, and I'm just lining that up with the score line and pushing up. I'm gonna turn it around and do it again. Okay, now that we have those pieces cut, I'm gonna go ahead and take my scissors and if I can find them, there we go. And I'm just gonna snip this piece out. You could even tear it out, you're not gonna see it. All right, just like that. Go in here a little bit. Trim that out. All right, that's all there is to it. You can snip off the corners here if you want. I am going to do that. Maybe I'll do that first. So it really doesn't matter what size. You can just take a guess at it. You can add a little measurement if you want. I'm going to go 1 3/4 and just put a little mark here and then cut from that mark to that first fold line. And do the same on the other side. And honestly, it's probably easier to just stick that piece on there, just like that. Then I don't have to measure. I'll just put it in my trimmer. There we go. And now I have a couple of corners. Again, you don't have to do that. I like to do that. All right, so here we go. This is the really easy part. We're just gonna fold. I'm gonna fold again. I'm gonna fold. Fold again. So here's what I mean by keeping these corners attached. Because I'm using an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, my voice is kind of raspy today. It was New Year's last night, and I have never laughed so hard in my life, and I've lost my voice a little bit today, which is a good thing, I guess, right? Okay, I'm gonna fold that, and fold that. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm gonna close this, fold it, and I'm going to wrap it around. And the reason I'm gonna wrap it around, there's two reasons. I want a little extra stability back here, which is why I'm leaving these flaps on and wrapping around the corners. And I also don't want to put this on the inside, like if I were to cut these off like this and put it on the inside. I don't find the structure that good, and B, you've now created a little lip on the inside here, so when your cardstock goes in, it has a place to get stuck, and I didn't want that either. So I decided to wrap around it like this. So I'm going to take my DSP. I'm going to stick it in here so I have a little stability when I glue. And then I will open this up like this and add some glue. So I can add glue to this portion all the way to the end, and I'm going to do the same over here. So from this edge down, I'm just putting some glue. And then you just want to make sure you square this up. So you don't want to push it too much in. Make sure those flaps are where they need to be. Make sure this isn't too pushed in. And there you go. So the other thing that I do is I have a label maker, and so I printed some labels. So this is the Toadstool Garden, and so I'll put that here. And then I created a little sticker here that I'm going to put on the side. Then I have a shelf that is right in front of my crafting area, and I will put this on the shelf, and then I can see all my designer 6x6 papers. So Toadstool, oops. And there's one more thing I'm going to show you that I like to do, again, for stability. Once I get this portion, just trim that down. These are return address labels that I used on my Dymo labeler. Not perfect, but I know what it means. And then I do that. And then I take the back out, this portion. That tells me what it is. And of course I have all the colors listed there, and I'll glue it on the back. And that just, A, it adds more stability. B, when I pull it out, I have a quick reference to the colors that are in this DSP pack. And that's how I do it. So let me just show you one more time really quick. Again, the measurements are 1 7/8 and 2 3/8. And we will do the fruit salad one. And we're gonna use the green, which eludes me for some reason. Granny apple green. There we go. All right, again, 3 sides, 1 7/8, 2 3/8. Next side, 1 7/8, 2 3/8. One more side, 1 7/8, 2 3/8. And I really feel like my voice is sounding froggy. All right, now we're gonna come back up here. I'm gonna mark 1 3/4. Do that on the bottom too. Bring this in. You probably can't see my score line. And from there to there. Cut that off. I put a little measurement on this side. Cut that off. That's that. Oh, let's cut the bottom. Again, let me color this for you. This is what we're cutting off. Okay, so there's a score line here and a score line there if you can't see it, and there's one here and one here. I'm going right over top of that. And I'll put it in my cutter. Hopefully you can see that. Make more room here. Okay. Maybe not. Yeah. So I can't see my score line, or can I? Yep, there we go. Okay, so cut, cut, 1/2 inch. Okay, let's trim that down. Snip it out. Perfect. All right, let's bring in my fruit salad. I'm gonna fold this, take this off my desk. Make sure everything is well creased. I mean, that takes you 3 minutes to make. Really not a long project. Probably took me longer to make the labels. All right, I'm gonna put that in there for stability. Close that up. Take some glue. I'm gonna glue from this edge here. Now don't do one side at a time, otherwise you're going to stick to that side, and it's going to be hard to tuck this flap in here. So I recommend that you glue both sides right away, and then flip this up, fold it over. Because it's glue, we can work quickly. Make sure that everything is, I'm just pushing that out so I have no gaps. Make sure that's flush. And there, you got it again. And this one is fruit salad. So I'm gonna put that there. Here is my fruit salad, trim that down. And there you have it, a nice way to store your 6x6. Again, mine go on a shelf that's about a 8x8 square thing. I'll take a picture of it and show it to you. Don't forget to take that card out in the back. Glue it onto the back for more stability and a quick reference. And that's it. Really easy way to store your papers. Oop. Easy. I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe you can do that in your craft room if that makes it easier for you. It certainly does for me, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.